snake pit. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Death Valley. The tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly. So Indiana's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
The give to the back. He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the play on third down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the fourth down.
And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Scanning the field is Hoover. Fires to the wideout. That's caught. It's Preston. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. He's got it on the run. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
From the gun, looking for a man. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Second down, he'll throw it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Indiana! They're on the board first here in the season opener. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Still looking, on the move. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
That defender is lucky on that play because he was beat on that deep route. He's lucky the QB overthrew that play.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. The play action fake. He's got an open man. Still on his feet at the 45. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. The Tigers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. The run inside. It's Davidson. Still running at the 40. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
The give on the inside. Gain of 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. He'll set up to throw. The screen, he can go. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job.
Might have a chance. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find their rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Running inside, it's Beebe. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have two 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So Up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting, but it all starts and stops with the big fellas pushing people around. That's going to be the key for them on offense.
Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Complete. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the...
Makes a grab and room to run. Oh, and he knocks him out of the way, and he's running free. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pulls it in. It's Brown. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Quarterback making adjustments. Here they're trying to get to the edge. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And it's a sack.
Middle linebackers, they're middle linebackers because they're right in the middle of the defense. You put guys that have a nose for the football because they literally line up over the football every single time. They play the run well, and look at this. How about this? Rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, getting the big sack.
Looking for space. It's Davidson. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and short kick. Makes the catch at the 35. They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Pocket breaking down. It's complete on the right side. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. They won their first national championship last year, something I know many in the fan base thought would never happen. And now, also for the first time, they're the hunted. How do you handle that over the course of the season?
You got to raise your sense of urgency, no question about it. David, every day this offseason has felt like a celebration on campus for their fans. Winning that.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Bringing it back. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Oh, it's a reverse. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. There he goes to the right. Running inside the 20. Scoop and scored. Touchdown, Indiana.
What a nice job by the defense. Not only getting the football out, the awareness to scoop it up. I got space, get up the field, a little caravan to the end zone, making the big play. And this offense in game one, man, not only do you give up the turnover, you give up a touchdown, and you haven't scored that many points. They got to get it together.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Pushes ahead for two. They'll mark it at the 17. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield on first down. Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Most every defense is worried about the big play, giving up the big play to the wide receivers down the field. That's why I think it's important to milk these tight ends on these short routes to keep the sticks moving, to stay ahead of the chains, just to keep my offense in rhythm.
Slithers into space. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Makes a catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Wide receiver going in motion. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. trying to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Caught close to the marker. It's shot. Turning it on. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Good, right down the boulevard. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Picked off to stop the threat. Takes it the other way. It's a fumble. Offense scoops it up and still going. Scooped it. Scored it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
And that touchdown was massive for the offense. Gives them confidence heading into halftime. But remember, they're going to be receiving first in the third quarter, so they get an opportunity to cut even further into this lead. That was a huge play.
My philosophy on going for two is only when you have to. Looking to throw. It's complete to the left. He's in there. It's good. And how about that to end the half? Touchdown on the final play and the two-point conversion for good measure. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. First up, a look at Michigan, taking on the number 13 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the Wolverines, engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Going for the big play. Makes a deep grab. Hits the crease. Past the 10. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Trying play action. Here comes the heat. Hit as he throws. He makes a catch. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. After that last play, there is a Clemson Tiger slow to get up. That is their junior quarterback down on the field, a guy they can ill afford to lose. Holly will update his condition soon. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Trying to get it to the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And how about the confidence? This coach is very confident. Fourth down, backed up in my territory, inside my 20, and you go for it? Wow, you better get it, and you did here. So great coaching.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. And the big gain. They've got it on the 46. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Davidson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And I love linebackers, man. They just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
And, man, a lot of times it's hard to outrun that blitz, and they bring pressure. They push him outside of the pocket. Nice job covering downfield. Nobody open. He can't find a place to go with the football, and this is exactly what you should do. Keep hunting. Keep chasing. They finally catch him, get the big sack on 4th down.
Grab near the marker. It's Becker. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Well, the quarterback has looked his way early, and he's looked his way often all game long. Now he's got over 150 yards when throwing to that guy.
Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And finally getting home and getting the sack. This quarterback, his jersey's not even dirty. We're in the second half. We're behind. We've got to find a way to create some momentum plays. That's step one.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. That's caught. It's Marsh.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Got his man. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. The field goal is no good. So, guys, a missed opportunity to expand the lead. It's still a 17-point cushion.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Gets the back moving. Now the play fake. Under fire. Can't connect on his first throw.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Hauls it in with one hand.
Those big tight ends, they got those big old paws, those big mitts, and you could tell he just threw one up in the air, snagged the football and pulled it in, made it look...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Trying to do it on the ground. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
To the air, it's Denson. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Breaks loose. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
To the air on first down. Complete. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver. And, man, their fans have been hungry to see that.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Fires on the move. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT.
Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Clemson! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Run in the red zone, it's Davidson. They've got the two-point conversion, and now they trail by only 9. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Breaks into the open. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Fires one high and deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And it's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executing in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
And the Hoosiers line it up with a first and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! And the pummeling has started.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To throw, it's Denson. Fires to the wideout. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They feed him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Throws to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
That is no good. And this will stay a 3-score game in 24.
Well, that's now the second missed field goal for this kicker. And I'll tell you this, you can't blame the weather for all this. This is a beautiful day. He needs to do better executing these field goals.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's